Today, I want to talk with you about neurographic line, which lines are not considered neurographic, and what is the neurographic pattern. So, for example, this line is not neurographic line, as well as this one. Another example of the not neurographic line looks like that, or like that. So what do we see here? Why they are not neurographic lines? When I read you the definition of the neurographic line by the author of the method, you will understand it. A neurographic line is a line that does not repeat itself on any part of its path, and we lead it to places where we do not expect to see it. When we read the words does not repeat itself on any part of its path, we can see how these lines, they repeat themselves. So we can see certain pattern here, and here, and here. And of course, the straight line repeats itself all the time. So we can clearly see these lines are not neurographic lines. Now let me to show you the neurographic line. When we want to draw a line that comes from the point A to the point B, in the regular situation, when we want to connect these dots, we will draw just a straight line. But we know that straight line is not a neurographic line. So how do we draw a neurographic line? We remember that we lead neurographic line to places where we do not expect to see it. So if we expect our line to go this way, the neurographic line will go to different way. For example, here. But we remember that we have to get to the point B. So to make this happen, we always allow our hand to explore the page, go to the different unexpected places, and then come back to the point B. So this is the example of neurographic line. But it also could go another way, right? It could go this way. And this way. So what we see right now, we see that there are endless amount of options how to draw a neurographic line to connect point A with point B. And why is this important? Because the neurographic line represents different possibilities of solving our problems or getting to our goals. So there are many different ways how you can get from point A to point B. And there is also an element of surprise when we draw a neurographic line. Also, when you look at this line, it can remind you a shape of the river, for example. So these are the rivers. You never know where is the next turn of the river. So these are the neurographic lines. And the last thing I want to show you today is a neurographic pattern. What is neurographic pattern? When we have many neurographic lines on our drawing, they form intersections between them. So you can see how here two lines make intersection and they form corners. So we can see 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. We can also see in this place and in this place. So Some people think that to round corner is to make the circle around them. But when we make a circle around the intersection, what we do, we actually, instead of one, two, three, four corners, now we make five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we increase the amount of corners, and that's what we don't want to do. How do we round intersections? So how do we round corners? Let's say we have two neurographic lines and they intersect and they make four corners. So to round these corners, we just go over these areas with the rounding line, like that. And then we color everything that is left white in the middle. So that's how we round the corners. Now, sometimes people see it as a very big nose and they want to make it looking nicer. So in this case, I can recommend you to try this kind of, this, for example, ultra fine point marker. So if I was drawing lines with the fine point, so I can try to round them with the ultra fine. And then this rounding will be much smaller if you compare. But it will take you more time, so it will be more time consuming to round it with the finer tip. So again, it's up to you. You can either use the same marker and just go multiple times over the lines, or you can use the ultra fine point. Now, when you know how to draw neurographic lines and how to make a neurographic pattern, you are ready to start your first neurographic drawing.